President Madam Arati Sampati, Vice President Shailesh Sampati, Associate Vice President Mrs. Deepika Sampati, Director of the Institute Dr. S.V. Ramana, distinguished faculty members on the stage, distinguished guests, the 27th Snatak passing out 2022 batch, honor and privilege to be part of this convocation, and I thank the managing committee for inviting me to this convocation and to address this August gathering. So take the opportunity to thank Siva Sivani Group of institution and the management for their continued patronage to Axis Bank. Siva Sivani Group of institution were brought into being on the 3rd of August 1961 by your illustrious founder, late Shri S.P. Sampati. Started with a school at Sanat Nagar on this day 61 years ago. And I'm honored to have unveiled his statue today. Literally a non-entity in 1961, the group institutions, while traversing through 61 years, received a number of accolades and awards at local, state, national and international levels, and has been doing a yeoman service in the field of education and creating future leaders. As you complete your graduation, come out of this virtual world to the real world. It will not be a straight line. There will be a lot of ups and downs, and it will be a very competitive and a tough world. I therefore thought I should share with you a few life lessons which will help you navigate yourself, especially when you go through tough times. I've completed 40 years. Now don't count my age. In a professional world, I was 16 when I had to drop college to take up a job due to the sudden demise of my father in a road accident in Bihar. What I share are my life experiences which I have learned the hard way. Fortunate are those who can make their passion their profession. I repeat, passion their profession. Sachin Tendulkar, Lata Mangeshkar, our own superstar Dr. Akkineni Nageshwar Rao, Vishwanathan Anand, I can name, made their passion their profession. Most sportsmen and most successful people are the ones who made passion their profession. But do not evaluate success with money. So when passion becomes a profession, money is just a byproduct. My passion was always to serve the country, serve the people. And since I had a passion to serve, destiny chose banking for me as a career. I get an opportunity to serve customers every day. So now let me come to my 12 lessons that I want to share with each one of you. Lesson number 1. Always count your blessings. Not many are lucky to go through such a convocation. Wonderful convocation. I never had one. Feel blessed for what you have. Your parents, your teachers, your professors, good neighbors you have, a country where you have a freedom of speech. Feel blessed you woke up today in the morning to be a part of this wonderful convocation. Always count your blessings. Lesson number 2, live life with an attitude of gratitude. Be grateful for everything you have in your life. Never be complacent, but learn to be happy with what you have. Never ever compare yourself with anyone. We all are born special qualities which others do not have. I repeat, we all are born with special qualities which others do not have. So each one of you is special. Be grateful to all the small things which you possess. There's a famous saying, I was thinking of buying a shoe when I saw a person without a feet. Always live life with an attitude of gratitude. Lesson number 3, play to your strengths and work on your weaknesses. Parents, teachers, colleagues, bosses will always give you feedback. No one knows you better than you. Know your strengths and play to your strengths. Lesson number 4, discipline. Self-discipline will take you places. As you will take fresh guard in your careers in the real world. One discipline which will take you places and which will get you noticed is your punctuality. I'll cite an example. We all know Amitabh Bachchan. He's celebrating his 88th birthday and he has been in the film industry for 50 years. It was not easy for him when he came to the film industry. There was a reigning star. Anyone can tell me at that time? Yeah, that's my better half there. Yeah, it was Rajesh Khanna who was running the film industry at that point of time. But he had a problem. He was not punctual. And as a result, the entire crew used to wait for him, leading to unnecessary expenses or unavoidable expenses. And then comes Amitabh Bachchan. And he was very punctual. If the shoot was at 9 o'clock, you can look at your watch, he was there at 8:30. Producers started noticing this and started recommending him to directors. Slowly he started getting work. He gained experience and the rest is history. Especially for all of you who are going to get into a new profession, new job. When you come on time, you get noticed. I repeat, when you come on time, you get noticed, especially in the new jobs that you will be taking up, because there are a lot of people observing and looking at. And that is how Amitabh Bachchan got work and became famous. Lesson number 5. Belief versus wish. You can wish a lot of things in your life, but you truly have to believe it to be successful. I can wish scale Mount Everest. I have to believe only I'll be able to scale Mount. You can wish to be rich, but you have to believe you can be rich. Then only you will be rich. Believe in yourself and the world will believe in you. I'm sure going forward you will be going through a lot of interviews in your career. If you do not have the belief in yourself to crack the interview, don't expect the interview board to qualify you. There will be a lot of times when you will fall and be pulled down. Those are the times, stick to your belief. It will help you stand steady and let the storm pass through. Tread your own path. Not everyone is alike. Take responsibility for what is happening in your life. Never find excuses or faults in someone for something that is not happening in your life. When you get poor grades or miss out that promotion that you desperately needed, don't go looking out for excuses in your teacher and your bosses. Read on to yourself, both the good and the bad. And you know, when you do that, you will be blessed with God's greatest gift, which is good health. I will talk about health later on. And I'll give you an example. I'll cite an example here. Lightning and a conductor. What happens when a lightning strikes a building, and if there is a good conductor, it will absorb and earth it. But what happens if the conductor is not good? The building will go into flames. It's the same thing with us in our lives. Remember, lightning will strike you. If you have a good conductor, you will absorb it and it will be an earthing. Remember, the inside has to be calm. So long as you have good conductors and your inside is calm, you will have good health. That is God's greatest gift. But the moment you do not have good conductors and you start looking out for excuses in people around you, you have a very poor conductor. And what happens? Internal is burning. दुनिया को कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है आपकी जिंदगी में क्या चल रहा है. The moment the internal starts burning, all the diseases you will start attracting. So have good conductors, have good shock absorbers. Sixth lesson that I'm going to share with you is very important for all of you in your professional journey that I look forward for 30 years. Minimum of 30 to 35 years. Completed 40. Skill versus will. You know, Muhammad Ali, the famous boxer, I know all of you know Muhammad Ali, was once asked, is it that you are a champion all life? Every fight that you had in an arena, you knocked the opponent out. How is it possible? You know what he said? He said, it is my skill which is the reason why I am in the arena fighting every day. But it is my will to get up and fight back, which is the reason why I am a champion all life. Remember, you all will fall in the journey of life that we are about to start off. Have the will to stand up and fight back. Trust me, I have failed more times than I have succeeded in life. I have fallen flat more times the knockouts I have done. But I have taken every failure as a stepping stone for success. Remember this, Every failure is a stepping stone for success. Every time I have got knocked, I stood up to fight back. Relate this to my lesson on belief. I always believed in myself. My belief systems are very strong, and so was Muhammad Ali's. Lesson number 7, attitude. This is very important in the journey that you are going to undertake. Your attitude defines you. Live life with a positive attitude. I'll tell you a story. I'll cite one more example here. There was this man who used to earn his living by selling balloons in front of a park. So every time his sales were coming down, he used to leave a few balloons which used to go up in the air. So one day when he did that, a kid comes and asks him, "Uncle, how is it that black balloon is able to go higher than the blue balloon? Is it because of the color of the balloon?" He says, "No, it's not the color of the balloon. It is what is inside is the reason why the black balloon is able to go higher than the blue balloon." The same thing applies to each one of you. It is what is inside that counts. The thing inside of us which makes us go up in every sphere of our life is attitude. Now I'll give you one more example. There are 26 alphabets, A to Z. If you put a number to each of these alphabets, A is 1, B is 2, Z is 26. Good, thank you. Now tell me, what is it that makes a 100%? Is it your hard work? Is it the skill that you have? Or is it attitude? Give her a big clap. Go and do this, Go and do this at home. Now I'll tell you an example. It is attitude which is the only one which is at 100%. Now I'll tell you how. Attitude is spelled as A-T-T-I-T-U-D-E. Now, as I said in the example, A is 1, T is 20, again T is 20. So keep adding that. 1 plus 20 plus 20. Then I is 9. Again T is 20. U is 21. What is the count? D is 4. What is it? 95. And E is, so what is the total? So it's attitude which is 100%. Total quality people are people with character, integrity, good values, positive attitude, and are team players. Organizations look up to total quality people when they recruit. Do not let people decide your success. Never do that. Set your own benchmark for success. Success is not an accident. It is a result of our attitude, and our attitude is a choice. Hence, success is a matter of choice and not a chance. There was a survey conducted by Harvard University, and you know what they came out with? They said 85% of the time you get your job is because of your attitude, and 15% because of the skills or qualifications you possess. So what is it you're going to get into? Attitude which is positive. So how do you keep your attitude positive? It has got something to do with what I am going to speak next, which is my lesson number 8. What is that? It is self-esteem. When I do these classes, I do ask a lot of them, what does self-esteem mean for you? Self-esteem, put simply, is how you feel about yourself. Feel good within. We stay positive. Our performance goes up. Our relationships improve, both at work and home. So feeling good is very important. The world will look very nicer when you feel good. What is the reason for that? There is a direct correlation between feeling and behavior. Never let your feeling and behavior be controlled by anyone in your life. Keep the control of your feelings and behavior about yourself with you only. You have to feel good about yourself every time, every day. How do you keep control of how you feel good about yourself every day, every time? It's not easy. It's not easy to feel, because the world is always trying to pull you. There's something happening. So how do you keep yourself feeling good about yourself all the time? Because it is important in today's cutthroat competitive world that you will be going into. I'll give you one or two examples. It is something that I see my wife doing. Imagine you are in Delhi and you are in one of those big apartments, big complexes, and it's a winter, it's severe winter. You get up in the morning thinking of having a cup of hot coffee, and then suddenly you remember that there are 10 more people who have guards who have really taken care of you the whole night. Go to the intercom, pick up that, and you call and say, how many of you are there? And he says, Madam, 10 हैं हम लोग. And you say, please ऊपर आ जाओ, मैं थोड़े गरम कॉफी और कुकीज बना के आपको देना चाहता हूँ. How do you feel about yourself? You will feel good. You start off the day on a great note, and then you smile at 2 people, they smile at 4, and then the world starts looking beautiful. How you feel good about yourself every day is very important, especially in this cutthroat competitive world that you will be getting into. When you get into the real world, the professional world, keep your self-esteem high. And I'll end this by saying, how do you keep your self-esteem high? When you do something for people who cannot pay you back in cash or kind, you keep your self-esteem high. When you do something for people who cannot pay you back in cash or kind, you keep your self-esteem high. I'll come to lesson number 9. I've got 3 more lessons. I'll finish off quickly. Make books your best friend. Most time, once you start off your careers or in life, you will come across experiences and you will start wondering, why me? You are not the first one to go through these experiences. Many like you, like me, have also gone through these experiences, and all these have been captured in good books. Take time to read out one book, if not in 6 months, at least in 1 year. I have a habit of buying books whenever I go to places, and do make it a point to write the date and place and the occasion. And in my home, whenever I pick up a book, I open the page, I get nostalgic about that day and that occasion. Some books I will recommend for all of you. You Can Win. Any guesses who wrote that book? Thank you. Shiva Kera. You Can Win. Go Kiss the World by Subroto Bakchi. When the Penny Drops by R. Gopalakrishnan. 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. Autobiographies. Madam was talking about J.R.D. Tata. I was fortunate to have met him in Jamshedpur when I was just 16 years old. What a personality and a godlike figure, and I have read all his autobiographies. Lesson number 10, values. This is very important, Values are very important. And values are not something that you learn in school or is taught in any university. We learn it at home, in school, in college, workplace, by looking at our parents, teachers, bosses. When is the first time that a child says a lie? पहला बार बच्चा कब झूठ बोलता है? The phone is ringing at home and the kid very excited goes and picks up the phone and looks at his dad, and the other person, the caller from the other side, is asking, पापा घर में है? पापा को दो. पापा बोल रहे हैं, पापा नहीं है. And he's telling in the phone, पापा बोल रहे हैं, पापा नहीं. That is the first time the child says a lie. Wherever you are, whichever stage of life or career you are, live life with values. I have seen a lot of professionals, big people end up in jail because somewhere the parents, the schools, the universities, or the organization they were working for did not teach them values. One more example I'll cite before I get into the next lesson of mine. I've been fortunate to have stayed with my grandfather for quite some time. And this is something that he told me when I was very young. He said, and this is called the tree and the fruit example. You will become एक बड़ा आदमी तुम जरूर बनोगे. Don't take all the credit for whatever you have achieved onto yourself. Remember that you are the fruit of the tree, which is your parents and grandparents who have led a life very simple with values, and hence you are the fruit, and the fruit will be good. If you want your fruit to be good, live life with values. My 11th lesson, and there's just one more lesson after that. Stock market and careers. Do you think there's any relationship between them? Stock market and careers, how are they related? Give a big clap. Careers are never a straight line. You will have your ups and downs. You will see a bear run and a bull run. But you have to be a good stock to keep your investors invested in you. And to be a good stock, what is it that you have to do? You have to pay dividends. You have to keep diversifying. ITC, you all know ITC. They were into cigarettes. Today they are into hotels, consumer goods, paper. Keep your market capitalization going up. When I joined State Bank of India in 1987, I was a 10 rupee scrip. When I left State Bank of India, I think I became a 20 rupee scrip. When I joined Global Trust Bank, when I checked my market capitalization, I was roughly about 75 to 80 rupees. When I joined UTI Bank, and today when I do my market capitalization, any guesses? I'll say maybe a 200 rupees. Keep your investors invested in you. Bear run or a bull run does not matter. You will be a good stock and investors will stay invested in you and you will see growth. My better half will be very happy. She'll think I'm talking about a life partner. My last one is about a life partner. Take time out daily 30 minutes for your life partner, which is, now she'll be disappointed, is your health. Take time out 30 minutes every day for your life partner, which is your health. Is the only wealth which will always keep you independent. And the life lessons which I have shared will be of help to you in the journey that you will undertake. Wishing the 27th batch of 2022 all the very best for a bright future and a bright career. God bless you. And once again, to the management for the opportunity to address this August gathering. Thank you so much.
On behalf of the entire institution, I would like to take the opportunity to thank our Honorable Chief Guest for inspiring us and sharing with us his words of true wisdom. I believe all of you present here would remember the 12 crucial lessons Sir has taught us today. Thank you, Sir.